Hey y'all, Sam Powerlifts. I had my first powerlifting meet on Saturday, and I'm going to give you a recap of the meet, show you some videos, and also talk about my next meet and some of the goals that I have and how I'm gonna plan on getting to those goals. First thing, I feel like I did pretty well, especially for my first meet, but there is a lot of improvement that I want to make. I totaled at 607 kilos, which is about 1,330 pounds. That was my goal for the meet, or 1,330 was my goal. So I went 6 pounds over. I felt super good about that, especially for my first meet. That's a dot score of 351 and a half, higher than I've ever scored in training. I felt really good about it. I PR'd on my squat and my deadlift at 230 kilos apiece. And I also set my state's division bench press record at 147 and a half kilos, which I was super stoked about, and I have no intention on leaving that number there. I plan on building on that, and I plan on breaking a couple more records before I'm out of the junior division. My number one takeaway from the meet is that I left probably 40 or 50 pounds in the tank. As you watch these videos, even the third attempt, as you can probably tell, there was a lot of juice left in each and every single one of them. You would think that I would have learned by the time we got to deadlift that I had more juice in the tank than what I put on the bar. It's okay. It's my first meet, and this is just the beginning. That being said, I have some very lofty goals that I have every intention of achieving. So my next meet is about 12 and a half weeks away. It's April 20th. I get registered for that on Saturday. I've wanted to compete again ever since I got done with that first meet, and I am super excited for it. I'm excited to get better. I've never been so motivated to get better at any sport, and I've played sports for my entire life, but I've never felt this motivated to get better. My goals for this meet, I want to hit 160 kilogram bench. It's a little bit over 350 pounds. It's a lot, and it's more than I feel like I've ever really dreamed that I can hit before. But I have every intention of training my butt off until I hit that, and until I can get that in the meet. And I also want to get a total of 640 kilos. I think that with how much I left in the tank and how much growth potential I have in preparation for this next meet, this is something that I can hit, and it's kind of like the ball's in my court. I feel like it's up to me whether or not I hit that number in this next meet. Now, the plan for how I'm going to achieve these goals is something that I've drawn up myself, something that I've put a lot of thought into, something that I've put a fair bit of research into, and it's something that I feel pretty confident is going to get me results come this next meet. If you want to take a look at it, check down below in the description. I'm going to put a Google Doc down there. You're free to use it, abuse it, I don't know. Do whatever you want with it. It didn't cost me anything to write, so it's not going to cost you anything. Weeks 1 through 6, my calories look about like maintenance, maybe slight deficit, because I am trying to lean down just a little bit before this next meet. As you probably saw in the videos, I came in fresh off a bulk. That's the best way I can describe my physique. But I'm going to be doing a lot more higher volume training. I've done the squat and the bench day from this so far, and I have not done higher volume in a couple of months, and it shows. Week 7 through 9, I'm going to be doing a 6x4 program. I'm going to be in a slight caloric surplus. I'm going to be focusing, maximizing my power output. That's something that I've kind of discovered a little bit more recently. I am a follower of Joe DeFranco and his teachings. And that was something that he talked about on his podcast a couple of weeks ago. It's something that I'm wanting to implement more into my program, is that maximizing power output. And so weeks 7 through 9, that is going to be my focus. Weeks 9 through 11, I'm going to be focusing on the slow eccentric and the powerful concentric. If you don't know what that means, it means going down slow and going up with power. I'm also going to be starting to get back into more bulking type phase at that point, planning on going about 1,000 calories in surplus. Week 12 is where I'm going to be doing a lot of my final preparations, my final heavy sets for the meet. This will give me enough opportunity to recover and to make sure that I am fully rested before the meet. Obviously, the week of the meet, I'm not going to be doing anything heavy. I'm going to be doing a lot of mobility, a lot of rest. I'm going to be taking in the carbs like there's no tomorrow. I've never eaten so many carbs in a single week as when I was preparing for this last meet. And I think that it did a lot of good between the rest and between the carb loading. I feel like it did really well. And one more thing that I'm trying to work on for this next meet is visualizing my success on the platform. Before this meet, I had a dream the night before that I forgot how to squat, and that scared the crap out of me, getting to meet day and going to warm up and wondering if I even know how to squat. That was a little bit scary for me. I want to just make sure that my mind knows that I can do it. I can be successful. I can lift these heavy weights. And I can be a competitor. Even in my second meet, I've only been training powerlifting specific for about 1.5 years now. And I know that I can do it. I want to get better. I know that I can get better, but I want to know going into this meet that I can do it. So that's pretty much that. That's my last meet, the recap, the goals that I have for next meet, how I'm going to get there. I don't think I missed anything. I appreciate any of you who tuned in. I will be posting updates on here as we get closer to meet week, as I continue to get prepared. But we're going to rock it. We're going to dominate this meet.